All right, thanks, guys. The Knicks take on the Cavaliers. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Cleveland. The Knicks are -1, totals 212.5. The Knicks are losing their last 16 straight, 0-16 straight up in their last 16. They're also just 6-23 straight up in their games away from home. The Knicks rank dead last in offensive field goal percentage. They also ranked 29th in defensive rebounding. They failed to cover in 7 out of their last 9. Cleveland, believe it or not, 4-3 against the spread in their last 7. They rank 4th in home defensive rebounding. When it comes to the scoring, Cleveland is 15-12 to the over on their home court. New York 16-13 to the over in their games on the road. Give me the Cleveland Cavs +1. And the over 212.5 in that one. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Monday's NBA action, NBA college basketball and NHL action. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into some more of that after I quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And like I said before, with an incredible record right now in my NBA picks, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. It only costs $1.99 per month for the cheapest package. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record in the NBA, along with other records and stats there as well. That's a part of the free content. All you got to do is just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser and type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. With all that said and done, let's go ahead and hop right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Wizards at the Pistons, 7 o'clock tip-off in Detroit. The Pistons opened the betting as the 4-point favorite. Total opened at 219. And already in the early going, we're seeing a slight fade of the Pistons in the early wagering. We're also seeing movement upward on the total as well. Right now, the Pistons are laying 3.5 with a total moving upward to 220. So once again, the Pistons open 4, down the -3.5. Total open 219, up to 220. Now, when it comes to the Wizards, we have John Wall, obviously, out for the season. We also have Jeff Green, questionable with a hip injury. Washington failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8, and they rank dead last in road defensive scoring in the association. Now, Detroit, on their side of things, they rank first in defending the 3-ball. They're also 5-3 against the number in their last 8. Now, total-wise, Washington is 80% to the over in their last 10. Give me the Detroit Pistons, -3 after buying the half a point. And the over, 220 in that matchup there. Next game, Hornets, Pacers, 7 o'clock tip-off, Indiana. The Pacers opened the betting as the 6-point favorite, and the total at 216. And since that one opened up, not a whole lot of movement on the total. We're seeing two-way action on that number there. But we are seeing a steady and significant fade of the Pacers in the early going. They're down to -5. So once again, Indiana open -6, down to -5. Total open remains at 216. The Pacers are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5, 21-7 straight up on their home court. Indiana ranks first in points allowed, and their defense is allowing just 98 points per contest on their home court. Now, Charlotte, on their side of things, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 7. They also ranked 26th in road defensive rebounding. Now, total-wise, Indiana is 6-1 to the under in their last 7. Give me the Pacers -5 and the under 216 in that matchup there. Next game, Nets, Raptors, 7:30 tip-off in Toronto. The Raptors open the betting as the 10.5-point favorite, and the total at 229. Now, we've seen movement upward on the spread. We're seeing Toronto take a little money in the early wagering. We're also seeing significant movement downward when it comes to the total. That moved down to 227. So once again, the Raptors open 10.5 up to minus 11. Total open 229 down to 227. Now, Brooklyn's been pretty good against the number in several categories this season. They are 16-11 against the spread when traveling. They rank 9th in road defensive field goal percentage. Now, Toronto ranks 20th in home offensive rebounding, and they rank 23rd in home defensive rebounding as well. Now, total-wise, Toronto is 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Give me Brooklyn plus 11 after taking the road dog in this one. Give me Brooklyn plus 11 in the under 227 in that matchup there. All right, next game I have for you, it is going to be Bucks at the Bulls, 8 o'clock tip-off in Chicago. Now, Milwaukee has Giannis Mirotic and DiVincenzo all questionable for Monday night's action. Despite that, though, Milwaukee's still second in scoring, first in offensive rebounding, and first in defensive field goal percentage. Now, Chicago, on their side of things, they rank 29th in home offensive scoring. That's second to last in the association. They also rank 28th in home offensive rebounding. There is no line for this game at the moment. Obviously, we're doing this video a little bit early, but there is no line for this game currently. I got to say, Milwaukee's going to win this one outright. I think Milwaukee wins by the final of 114-105 in that matchup there. All right, next game, Mavs, Rockets. 8 o'clock tip-off in Houston. Now, Houston 6-3 straight up in their last 9. They rank 6th in the association in home scoring. Dallas, on their side of things, well, they're just 6-21 straight up away from home. They rank 26th in road defensive field goal percentage. Once again, no line on this game since we're doing it so early, but I do think Houston will win this one outright. I think they'll get the job done. I like Houston winning this one by 5 by a final of 114-109 in that matchup there. Next game, Clippers at the Timberwolves. That's going to be an 8 o'clock tip-off in Minnesota. The Clippers rank 1st in road three-point shooting. They also rank 5th in defending the three ball, so very good beyond the arc for the Clippers. Now, Minnesota, they have Bayless and Rose both questionable for Monday night's action. They've also failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. Once again, we're doing the game early. No line on this game, but I do like the Clippers to win this one outright. I think the Clippers get the job done by a final of 113-110. All right, next game, Trailblazers at the Thunder, 8 o'clock tip-off at OKC. The Thunder are minus 6.5, totals 231. OKC is 10-1 straight up in their last 11, 8-2 against the number in their last 10. This Thunder team ranks 2nd in offensive rebounding and 5th in scoring. Portland, on their side of things, they rank 21st in road field goal percentage and 25th in road defensive three-point percentage. Now, scoring-wise, this OKC defense is giving up just 108 points per contest on their home court. This Portland offense is scoring 109 points per contest on the road, so I think we probably should see this one stay well under the total. Give me OKC minus 6 after buying the hook and the under 231 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for our NBA slate. It is going to be Miami at Denver, 9 o'clock tip-off there. Now, Denver is 23-4 straight up at home, 19-8 against the spread in that same category. Meanwhile, Miami, on the other side of things, failed to cover in 6 out of their last 8. They also ranked 27th in road field goal percentage. So with all that in mind, once again, no line for this game. I apologize that for a couple of these games, there is no line. It's not my fault. I don't set the line. The bookmakers and the odds makers do. So it's not my fault. The only thing I have control of is the timing under which I do the video. And tomorrow morning, Monday morning, I have a ton of meetings. So I'm not going to have time to do it in the morning. I got to do it now. So anyway, all that said and done with that Miami at Denver game, I like Denver winning that one outright. I think they're going to get the job done by 6. I like them 111-105 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball. And we're going to begin with a great game on paper. And that is going to be Virginia at UNC, 7 o'clock tip-off at Chapel Hill. Now, the Tar Heels opened the betting as a pick'em. UVA opened this game as a pick'em. This game opened as a pick'em contest with the total at 142. And since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing a little bit of money on UNC in the early going. They're now -1. We're also seeing movement upward on the total. That moved up to 143. So once again, North Carolina opened as a pick. They're now -1. Total open 142 up to 143. Now UNC is 16-7 against the spread overall for the year.